Welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola, Louisiana Lottery, Healthy Louisiana, Communities of Color Network, Tobacco-Free Living, and Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Hello and welcome to week 2 of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. Of course, this year we'll be coming to you from Martha's Bistro, located at 19900 Old Scenic Highway in Zachary, Louisiana. Come out in the neighborhood of 12:30ish and have some lunch, see us shoot the show, talk a little Southern University football after we do the show. Of course, the show comes on about 5 times a week. You can see it there on the screen, so you can't miss it on TV, but you can also go to our Facebook page, the Jaguar Football Show, as well as our YouTube channel, and click on the link and catch it digitally at your convenience. All right, Coach, jumping right into it. First game of the 2017 season, good first win. Defense really stood tall at the end. When the game came down to the line, you had to be pleased with that effort.
Well, exactly. I really think the guys played extremely hard. When you look at our defensive side of the football, we have some outstanding young men. They're the seniors that's on that side. Danny Johnson, Aaron Tiller, Kentavious Preston are great leaders for. It was just great to see him throw the ball to Danny Johnson's side, who's one of the better football cover corners in the country. And I knew when it went to his side, we had a chance to win that football game.
Coach, before we continue talking about the SWAC MEAC Challenge game and the big victory, I got to thank Perry White for sitting in last week for me. Everybody tells me he did a good job. I was in Alaska trying to catch a salmon, and Perry, thanks, and we appreciate you. Coach, jumping back into football, offense put up 2 touchdowns, second half, had a tough time going. What do we need to do to get some more productivity on the offense? Well,
we moved the ball up and down the field. I think we got stagnated because of mistakes. We made some penalties, shot ourselves in the foot. We had an opportunity to make first downs, might have a chance to go 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 10. Had a couple drop passes, but mostly it was penalties, just penalties at the wrong time, put us behind the sticks, and it's hard to overcome a 2nd and 20, even a 3rd and 18. Most offensive coordinators don't have a play in the playbook for that amount of distance.
That's true. Let's jump into those highlights, Coach, and show the folks exactly what happened on the bluff for the SWAC MEAC Challenge and the opening of the 2017 season. Right here, Howard hits Menard. Menard takes it for a first down. You had to be happy with that play. That gives you some opportunity to run the ball and throw the ball, Coach, when you get something like that going early.
Well, exactly. Menard's a guy that we're expecting to be a big playmaker for us. Glad to see him get his first chance to touch it in 2017.
You saw Edwards run for 7. Howard comes back and hits Washington for 7. And then Howard hits Edwards for a 10-yard touch pass. You had to be pleased with Herman Edwards' first time starting and his performance on Saturday.
Well, the senior stepped up, and we know he got some big shoes to fill in, but he ran the ball extremely hard, and I was pleased with our ground game. It's just the mistakes we made.
You saw Barris hit a field goal from, not hit a field goal, get a field goal blocked by South Carolina State. Game was tight. Coach, another guy who really played well for us was Aaron Tiller. You saw him do his thing, and he's so consistent. You gotta love Aaron Tiller.
Well, exactly. I think he did a great job. He plays with a great motor.
We got the ball back, and Ben got his first touchdown, and it's good to see a young man score and get some confidence so early in the season.
Well, he's a redshirt freshman tailback that I think has a tremendous amount of talent, and it was great to see us put the ball in his hand and great to have an opportunity to watch him make plays.
Great catch there by P-Row. He's going to be looking to step up and take some of that production from Willie Quinn. Then you come back and get a nice little pass down the sideline, and then Howard does a little bootleg action, takes it in from 7 out. At this point, Coach, we're up 14-3. You had to be happy about where we were at this juncture of the game, huh?
Well, exactly. I thought offensively we moved the ball well, and I thought defensively we were playing with a high motor. So you just got to keep it going. He's going to play against a good team, and they was going to start making some plays eventually.
Tip ball, Howard gets the ball intercepted. He actually comes up and makes a tackle, not something you want to see your quarterback having to make a tackle.
Well, no, he's not a defensive player, but, you got to give us a chance to play defense, and he did a great job intercepting the pick.
Great. We go into the half, 14-6 up on the South Carolina State Bulldogs. When we come back, we'll look at the second half of the SWAC MEAC Challenge on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Stay with us.
The biggest scratch-off game of the season is here. It's Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery. Your chance to win up to $100,000. Scratch the back for an extra game. Enter the second chance drawings for VIP suite experiences, a deluxe limo experience, a tunnel team experience, official autographed team merchandise, and the grand prize, a 2018 season ticket package. Play Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Of course, we'll be coming to you from Martha's Bistro, located at 19900 Old Scenic Highway in Zachary. Come out Mondays about 12:30ish and catch the show. Coach, jumping back into it, 14-6 lead at halftime. What do you tell your team coming out of the locker room to be prepared for the second half?
Well, I told them, we let the team hang around. We had an opportunity in the first half to create some separation. It's a one-possession game, one-score game, and it's going to be a fight to the end. We're going to get their best shot, so we got to come out the tunnel ready to play.
What did you and Coach defensive coordinator Trey Oliver talk about at the half to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone?
Well, the biggest thing was they went to a new wrinkle, and we tried to make the adjustment to stop that wrinkle, and we did a good job of shutting down their option attack. Quarterback kept it a couple times in the second half, but we really knew we was going to stop the running game and make some plays in the passing game.
Coach, our quarterback Austin Howard went down on a sack and came up hurt. I could see from the press box he was hurt and looked like he was in a lot of pain. What's his prognosis?
Well, he's good. He came to me during the game, said he could go, but we didn't want to risk any further damage without really knowing the extent of the injury. We'll find out more about him. I know he's probably a little sore today, just like the rest of our players, but we'll get a better evaluation on him tomorrow morning, and then we'll go from there.
Coach, you got a big game out of the game MVP, Montavious Gaines, DeMario Houston, the other cornerback, of course, all SWAC, Danny Johnson. Those guys came up big toward the end of the second half to help us win the game.
Well, I thought our secondary played well, all but the one play where we had the bus, turned the guy scot-free. It's a game of inches, but up until that point and beyond that, I really thought they played well. I thought the communication was great. I thought they were in position to make plays. They tackled well, and they gave us a chance to win the football game.
Let's jump into those second half highlights and show the folks exactly what happened in the SWAC MEAC Challenge against the South Carolina State Bulldogs. And here you go. Coach, second half, they come out kind of hot. They were kind of gashing us for some nice runs there.
Yeah, that's Morris, a young man from Atlanta. We actually recruited him, so he ended up going to South Carolina State.
Jags playing some stout defense. Big interception by Mitchell right there, Coach, at a really critical time when they were trying to score.
Well, you can't get tackled by a quarterback. You got to make him miss. You got to work on that.
Even though you got the INT, can't get tackled by the quarterback. There you go. You see a punt blocked by the Bulldogs. They can't recover it, but they did get the safety. Score right here at this juncture of the game is 14-8. Game is really tight as we're still in the third quarter right here, Coach.
Well, guys got to make plays, and they definitely had a chance to. Right there, looked like Jordan Bennett came up with a big hit, so him and Joe Davis. So the guys are stepping up, man. It's a tight ball game, pressure's on. What a way to start the season.
Then you see Edwards running for 14 yards. I tell you what, Coach, I see he's wearing number 21 this year. That was Leonard Tillery's number. I think I would have had my own number to separate myself from Leonard Tillery.
Well, you know, the good thing about it is they all have their reasons why they ask for numbers, and you know what? He's been in the shoes. He really respects them, so it's okay. I think the young man's going to have a great career this year.
There you see Howard hitting Ben for 19 and a good gainer. Ben had a good game, Coach, in this first serious action for the Jaguars.
Outstanding job for a redshirt freshman. Look to see him continue to get better.
Bernard caught one for 7. Mackey catches one for 10. Then Howard's going to go to Dylan Beard. I call Dylan his safety net. Unfortunately, that's where you see he gets sacked and hurt. Like I said, Coach, looks like when he got up, he was in a little bit of pain. He comes off on the sideline, though, and I saw the folks working on him. Augustine with the big hit right here, Coach. Augustine plays good.
Well, those two safeties got a chance to be really special to go along with those corners. It gives us a great secondary.
Great fumble recovery right there by Montavious Gaines, the game MVP. We get the ball back. Mims rushes for 7. Then Bubba McDaniel comes in the game and gets some of his first action. He throws to Brown for 5 yards. Coach, were you pleased with Bubba McDaniel's performance?
First time ever playing college football, he had good command of the offense, made the right reads, went to the right spots with the ball. He's got a bright future at Southern University.
There you see he hits Ben for 5. Edwards with a loss for 2 on a 4th and 2. Coach, that was a big play right there. Unfortunately, as you said, it's a game of inches. That could have been the game-tying score right there, Coach.
Well, exactly. You know, it's just, and it gave us a chance. You know, they missed that ball. They had to come back and make a couple long throws. But, man, the guys just kept playing the next play.
There he is, the all-SWAC cornerback. Danny Johnson said, not today, not on me. And the Jaguars take their first win of the season, 14-8 over the South Carolina State Bulldogs. When we come back, we'll look at our Players of the Week and have our Coca-Cola player interviews on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
I have 2 kids, and like any mom, I want them to be healthy. So I chose Healthy Blue for our Healthy Louisiana plan. We get all our Medicaid benefits and pharmacy and prescription drug coverage. But you know what I really like? I get rewards for taking my kids to their doctor visits.
Choose Healthy Blue. Call 1-855-229-6848 today. That's 1-855-229-6848.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. Each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, of course, every week this time in this segment, we're going to have the Alpha Media Players of the Week and we're going to have the Coca-Cola player interviews. Coach, who are our Alpha Media Players of the Week this week on offense, defense, and special teams?
Well, on defense, it was Montavious Gaines. I thought he really played well. He stepped up and made a lot of plays for us. Offensively, you know, it starts with our quarterback. I thought Austin Howard really played well. And then on special teams, our first-time snapper did an outstanding job in James Todd.
Coach, after the game, we caught up with a couple of the game difference makers, Danny Johnson and the game MVP, Montavious Gaines, and Joe Dupree filed this report.
Well, Todd, we're here after the SWAC MEAC Challenge, and the Jaguars have come across victorious. We're here with none other than #1 senior DB from out of East Feliciana, Danny Johnson. Now, Danny, great game. The defense stopped a lot of the passing, but seems to be we had problems containing the run. What does the Dog Day defense need to do to better contain the run as we move forward?
I just feel like we got to be more physical up front, with our linebackers and our D-line. And I just feel like a little more focus will help. I just feel like if we're more focused throughout the week, it'll transfer over to the game. So I just feel like I feel like it was mental mistakes. So, I feel like we can correct those and always come back and have a better performance.
Well, Danny, I can tell you this, man, your game-stopping defensive stop that could have been a potential tire-up of the game was great. We got a lot of new faces on offense. Does that put more pressure on the defense to play even harder as the offense starts learning how to click?
I just feel like the defense is going to be games where it's strictly about defense. But I feel like the new faces on offense, they're good as well. I feel like they're capable of making plays. They practice great, and they transferred over to the game. I feel like we had a great start. But, offense wasn't clicking today, so defense always have to pick up the slack. But once we put special teams, defense, and offense together, I feel like we'll be victorious in every game.
I'm here with Montavious Gaines, #5, DB from out of Georgia, sophomore. And he is the SWAC MEAC player of the game now. Montavious, great defense, man. You had 3 tackles, 1 solo. But let's talk about that big fumble recovery. How did that feel?
It felt great. I already knew they was going to run a reverse play, so I was just looking in the offensive player eyes like whenever he was about to pitch the ball, and I just knew it was going to be my opportunity to pick the ball up and change the game.
Well, you did change the games. What does the defense need to do better as we begin to go further into play? I know there's a lot of improvement there.
Yes, sir. It's a lot of improvement. Basically, we just got to communicate. That's the biggest thing we got to do is communicate, everybody being on the same page. That's basically about it.
It's about communication. Little man said it's about communication. Yeah, it's all about communication. You heard it right here on the Jaguar Football Show.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Montavious. Thanks, Danny. Coach, wrap up South Carolina State Bulldog Talk. What did you take away from that first game of the year?
Well, the competitiveness, man. I thought we competed at a high level. Looked like we got a chance to have a very good football team. We made some mistakes, but usually have those mistakes in the first game. But the way our guys continue to fight in that football game really give me an opportunity to evaluate them and look at us going forward. And I really think if we just clean up our mistakes, we got a chance to be a really, really good football team.
Well, there you have it from the coach. Coach, on Friday night, the athletic director, Roman Banks, and his staff in Southern University Athletics, they hosted a great event honoring legends of Southern University Jaguar football. I think they honored about 6 or 7 legends. And we actually got a chance to catch up with 4 of them and interview them. And we want to roll that tape because they said some great things about their time at Southern University. I'm now here with the great Aeneas Williams, NFL Hall of Famer, one of the greatest Jaguars to ever put on a helmet. Aeneas, talk about your time at Southern. I just learned that you came from Forshey High School, where I played with Kevin Lewis and Eric Bias and Big T and Victor Scipio. All those are your high school guys. I played with them at Northwestern. But talk about coming to Southern and becoming a starter and your confidence building as a player in college.
Well, it starts with my parents. My parents were our role models. I grew up with 2 older brothers, grew up in an area called Holly Grove. And the discipline and the example that my parents started out with our foundation. And my dad's the first college graduates on both sides of the family. He's a Southern alum. Okay. So it was already in the cards that my brothers and I were going to attend Southern University. And my oldest brother attended LSU for a brief period of time, ended up a master plumber. And then my brother Achilles was already here 2 grades ahead of me. And I didn't have any scholarship offers. I wasn't highly recruited. So all I wanted to do is get to Southern University, have an apartment with the junior, which was Achilles, and really piggyback on his leadership, and he was the role model in my life. So football wasn't our ticket out. Football wasn't my way out. It was an education, and that's what we celebrate in our home.
I'm with Mr. Frank Pitts. He was a wide receiver with the Jaguars back in the 60s, Mr. Pitts.
Yes.
Okay, did you play for A.W. Mumford?
Yes, I did. I started here with him.
Very good. Mr. Pitts, tell us how it was going from Southern University to play professional football.
It was very exciting, and I didn't realize that it was going to come that way, but it did. And I had a good opportunity, and I took advantage of it.
Now, you were on the first Super Bowl winning team with the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. How was it to get that first Super Bowl and to know that you will go down in history?
Well, I really wasn't paying too much attention to the history, but at the same time, it was in the papers, and we got lucky enough to win. And the first Super Bowl, we were the AFL against the NFL, and we were going after them at the same time.
Okay, very good. I got to ask you one more question, Mr. Pitts. Okay. What are some of your fondest memories of playing football here at Southern University on the Bluff?
Oh, some of my fondest memory was the fact that I had the coaches, the football coaches and all them that was at Mumford was the one that showed me the way.
Okay, very nice.
Exactly.
I'm here now with Mr. Isaiah Butch Robinson. Mr. Robinson played at Southern in the 60s for Coach Mumford. Then he went on to a great career with the Los Angeles Rams during their heyday. Mr. Robinson, tell us about your playing days at Southern University.
Well, Southern University was like being reborn, coming up doing the civil rights, and knowing how important education was, to have an opportunity to acquire that, and then meet people from all over the country and the world that were educators, and it was such a mind-boggling experience. That I was challenged to be able to perform to a level where I felt my confidence level rising and rising and rising to the point that I knew I was going to finish college.
Right.
And I knew in the finish college, with a 3-point average, all of that began to build my confidence that God had a plan for me. That he would take a little bit and he could make much out of it.
Nice.
And so as I got to that junior years when everything began to accelerate, and it was like I was always in the right place at the right time. And I only played linebacker 2 years here, and I think I had 12, 13 interceptions. I began to get favor, and that favor began to travel with me all through my career.
I'm now here with Mr. Richard Jackson Jr., also known as the legendary Tombstone, the hard-hitting defensive end for the Jaguars. He also played for the Oakland Raiders, the Denver Broncos, and the Cleveland Browns. Tombstone, how did you get your legendary nickname?
Oh, that came about when I was in high school.
Okay.
I had the same reputation in, in playground, junior high, high school. When I came into the pros, it continued. But when I was in high school, I was, was a gifted athlete. I played offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Started the first day I set foot on the football field. So I did quite well for myself. And we played in half of the field that we played at L.B. Landry in New Orleans was a fireman's cemetery.
Oh, wow.
And we used to go around, matter of fact, picking up bones, man. And so, my style of play and the way I played the game, they used to call me Stonewall. And then I said, well, no, when I begin to, level people, as they say it, I'm just, telling you what they told me. So they began to call me Tombstone.
Thanks, gentlemen. Of course, you can catch the full interview with all those guys at the Jaguar Football Show Facebook page. I encourage you to come. Check it out. Maybe tomorrow we'll have it uploaded, and you can see their full interviews because they all had something more to say that we couldn't put on this show. When we come back, we'll talk about our next game against the Southern Miss Eagles next weekend on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
taste the feeling.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, because of those interviews, we've got to quickly talk about Southern Miss. Tell us what you know about them. What do they like to do?
Well, they're very, very talented on offense. They like to run the football. You know, they have a very talented group of wide receivers. Defensively, they're very multiple. Same coordinator that was at Alcorn, so they're into some 4-man, 3-man blitz and pressure. And so it ought to be a tough ball game, a fun ball game, but we're excited to be going up to take on Southern Miss.
Well, we hope you get up there to Hattiesburg and check them out. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
I have 2 kids, and like any mom, I want them to be healthy. So I chose Healthy Blue for our Healthy Louisiana plan. We get all our Medicaid benefits and pharmacy and prescription drug coverage. But you know what I really like? I get rewards for taking my kids to their doctor visits.
Choose Healthy Blue. Call 1-855-229-6848 today. That's 1-855-229-6848.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show. Catch us at Martha Bistro on Monday. Go Jags!